Hey guys, Jason here. So have you ever noticed how fragile this body really is? I mean, one slip on the stairs, one accident on the road, and the whole illusion of control collapses. I mean, we walk around pretending we're locked in these bodies, right? This is who we are, this is where we begin, and well, this is where we end. But then something happens, whether it be a dream, a near-death experience, an abduction, and then suddenly, you're outside. Not outside per se, but you're looking down at the body, like it's a suit tossed on the floor. And then that's the moment everything you thought was solid starts to dissolve. Because if you can leave the body, then what are you? And if you can float above it and watch it from the ceiling, then who's the you doing the actual watching? I mean, every culture has a name for this. Out-of-body experience, astral travel, subtle body. The yogis themselves called it the subtle form. This slips free from the physical. And then in UFO encounters, people describe the exact same thing. I was pulled through the wall. I floated from my bed. The craft wasn't solid, and then neither was I. It's a little bit of a different language, but it's the exact same phenomenon. The body is not the cage. It's the staircase. It's the launch pad for something even deeper, something lighter, and something not bound by matter at all. And here's the big one. You've already felt it. I mean, every night in your dreams, you're not in the bed. You're running through forests, flying over rooftops, and even meeting people who aren't there. So which body actually did that? Not this one. Or even think of anesthesia, right? One moment the doctor says, count back from 10, and the next moment you wake up, the hours are gone, and where were you? You weren't in the body, not in time, but somewhere else entirely. And yet you were still you, right? Still aware, still present. The subtle body doesn't need walls, it doesn't even need clocks, and it doesn't even need a heartbeat. It moves freely, because it was never confined in the first place. So imagine your body like a car. You climb in, you drive, you identify with the ride. This car is me. But then you step out and you realize the whole time you weren't the car. You were only the driver. And that's what every out-of-body experience actually reveals. That's what every abduction shows. And that's what every single yogi who walks through stone is pointing at. The body was never a prison. It was always a staircase. A way in and a way out. So here's what makes this extremely wild. People all over the world describe the exact same thing. I floated up, and I was looking down at myself. Or, I was pulled through the wall, but it felt effortless, like I wasn't physical anymore. Or I saw my body on the bed, but I knew I wasn't in it. So different ages, different cultures, different beliefs, but the exact same experience. The subtle body slipping free. I mean, in the yogic text, this isn't fringe at all. It's actually standard curriculum. The Yoga Sutras talk about siddhis, powers, abilities that arise when the mind grows still. Bilocation, levitation, walking through stone. Those are just a few. This is not fantasy, it's not metaphor. I have seen it myself. So there are testimonies, practices that you can do that will actually generate and have these siddhis emerge. And so then, what do they all show? That matter is not final, that the body isn't the cage, that the staircase was always there. So let's go back to the dream again. In one you're flying, and then in another you're being chased. And then in another you're speaking a language you don't even know. So then you have to ask yourself, who's actually having these experiences? It's not the physical body. It's the subtle body. And then Vedanta says this, don't stop there, because even the subtle body isn't the truth either. The subtle body still moves, it still changes, it still plays in the field of illusion, which we call Maya. And then there's the self, the Atman, which is way deeper. It's not the one flying, and it's not the one walking through the walls, and it's not the one being pulled into crafts. It is the awareness that's watching all of it. So even in abductions, this slips through. Experiencers say it felt like they pulled me out, but my awareness never left. It was still kind of in me. Or even a meditator will say, I saw my body dissolve, but I was still there, watching. And then that's the key. The self doesn't move at all. It doesn't even travel. It doesn't slip in and out. It watches the staircase. It watches the comings and goings, and it watches the walls vanish. It watches the whole time. So imagine this. Imagine a video game. Your avatar runs, it jumps, it flies, it fights monsters, and then you get a new avatar, lighter, faster, glowing, and you explore even more new levels, harder levels. But you're still holding the controller, and you never entered the screen at all. So yeah, that's the self. Always untouched, always the witness. So whether it's the physical body, the subtle body, or even some light body on another plane, none of them are you. You are the one watching, always. And that's why encounters do matter. That's why the stairways out of the body are extremely important, because they do shake you, they remind you, and they prove in a way that logic never could, that this body isn't the final word at all, that you're actually more than skin and bone, that awareness was never trapped to begin with. So here's the thing. The body is a staircase. The subtle body is a staircase. Even the light body, the dream body, the astral body, they're all staircases. And the staircases, well, they are useful. They take you up, they take you down, and they give you motion, and they even give you direction. But don't mistake the staircase for the house. And don't mistake the movement for the destination. Because the real self, the Atman, it isn't climbing. Because it never has been. And it never will climb. It's the ground. It's the foundation. And it is the silent space every staircase is built in. And that's why people come back from out-of-body experiences super changed. They don't say, oh, I discovered I'm a subtle body. No, they don't say that at all. They say, I realized I'm not this body at all. That I'm something else. I'm something bigger, and I'm something untouched. So that's the gift. That's the teaching. That's the Dharma hidden in the strangest. Even abductions, as terrifying as they sound, they carry the exact same secret. People say they pulled me through a wall, but the wall wasn't real. The body wasn't solid. Nothing was. Nothing was what I thought it was. And once you see that, you can't really unsee it, can you? Matter isn't the anchor. Time isn't the anchor. Form isn't even the anchor. Awareness is. Always still, always silent, and always, always watching. So imagine a dream where you climb stair after stair, higher and higher, endless staircases, and then you wake up and you realize you were lying in bed the whole time. That's this life. That's every subtle body, and that's every stairway out. You were never climbing, and you were never trapped, and you were of course never moving. You were the ground, the awareness in which it all unfolded. And then once you know that, the fear drops. Because even if the body dissolves, even if the mind dissolves, and even if the subtle body dissolves, you remain unborn, undying, and unmoving. You are the eternal witness. So the next time you dream of flying, or the next time you read of abductions, and the next time you hear about yogis walking through stone, try not to get lost in all the fireworks. See the actual teaching, and see the reminder that every body is a staircase, every shift is a clue, and every strange moment is the universe whispering this. You were never the climber, you were the ground the whole time. And then once you know that, you don't need the stairs anymore. Ever. Namaste.